Yeah, it's 7 o'clock Verizon time. This is the July 12th town board meeting. We have 4 board members here present, and Supervisor Inglesby is joining us on Zoom. No public hearings tonight, so I'll ask you to rise and join us in the pledge of allegiance. Robin, would you lead us tonight?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, approval of minutes. We have a town board meeting from June 29th.
So,
Second. Motion and second. Any discussion, corrections? All in favor? Aye. Privilege of the floor. We have one scheduled. John Zapoto of Land Tech. Sorry, apologize. Did you see that?
Good evening, town board members and town officials. My name is John Hotto of Land Tech Surveying, Land Planning in Rochester, New York, representing Mr. Edwards Mole, developer proposing construction and operation of 2 10,000 square foot flex space warehouse buildings at the corner of Plaster Mill and Loomis Road. This is Loomis Road here, Plaster Mill's here, 332 is there. North is up the page. First, thank you all for allowing us to appear before you to discuss how we propose to achieve our project objectives. Currently, the site is zoned general business, which does not allow the use of the property for warehouses. We've been in consultation with Mr. Ron Brand, Director of Development, about proposing a rezoning action to general industrial zoning district where warehouses are allowed. The site is about 2.5 acres, which is this perimeter green, surrounded by a lot of space, road right-of-way space, especially 332. It's heavily wooded right now, but a lot of the trees are dying. There are a lot of ash trees. It was a nice ash stand, but they're all dying. There's a few maples and hickories and such in there as well. The site is very flat, but it generally drains towards Plaster Mill. But it is flat, but we have enough grade differential to make it, to provide a stormwater management basin and allow that water to be released. All utilities are available. There's a sanitary sewer along here. It even has a lateral into the site. There's a water main along Plaster Mill, and gas and electric is also available. Our stormwater management basin again will be located over along this side at the downhill edge of the property. We have applied for setback variances to the zoning board of appeals. There's a setback issue along the west property line and the kind of the northwest property line that we're working with the zoning board of appeals on. Architecturally, we do have some concepts of the building, very conceptual, but trying to reflect the traditional rural characteristics of the area, darker colors, details representing older traditional rural architecture. Each building will have 10 units of 1,000 square feet each. It's roughly 20 by 50. Uses are going to be kind of flex space, not a busy, active destination businesses, but more like storage, very small business operations, that type of thing that we work with the town with to allow to go in there. But perhaps it could be a plumber that needs a place to park his truck every night, or an electrician, perhaps a woodworker, or any independent small business would use this type of space because they're getting away from operating their businesses from their homes, and they prefer these smaller spaces that are that have all the utilities and it's well secured and they can park their trucks and just take off in the morning. So we are respectfully requesting from the town board to consider rezoning this general business district property to general industrial. That's kind of what we're looking for, and we appreciate you taking consideration of that. And we provided you with the concept site plan. Are there any questions?
Where's the access to the property? They're gonna be coming off.
Good question.
Right?
Yes, exactly. There's an easement along the park and ride property that is specifically for access to here.
So they put between those green spaces there.
Right here. Yeah, and then
That is the.
we'll build this little driveway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured I just.
Yeah, no good question. This is the existing park and ride driveway, and we'll come right out of that.
Any other questions from board members?
If you get this all rolling and all that, how do you guys provide security for this? You're gonna have all these small businesses with a lot of their equipment house to concept, so that they don't have to run around it and come here, pick up and go to work.
Right.
What do you do about security? Is that fall under you, or is it part of the rental? How does that work?
The owner operator will provide all security cameras, whatever other security devices required. Totally up to date, state of the art security systems.
Staff, any comments?
Yeah, just for the record, the applicant and this engineer did meet with the zoning officer, the code officer, myself on 2 or 3 occasions to talk about this project over the course of the spring and summer. And I can recall back in the day that the reason for the access easement from the park and ride lot to this facility was to eliminate driveways coming out onto these roads in this location, given the short separations between intersections. So from a zoning standpoint, this area was originally zoned GB years ago when the railroad crossing was at grade, and there was a toll booth there too, and you could get from Plaster Mill, or excuse me, from Loomis over to Plaster Mill, and it was changed by the 332 design. So the zoning officer evaluated this, identified the constraints to developing it under GB, and we basically feel that something that should be sent to the planning board as you normally do for review and a report and a recommendation. Now, the planning board meeting where it was originally intended to go was next Wednesday, the 20th. That meeting has been canceled. So it will be on the August 3rd planning board meeting agenda for that report and recommendation back to you on August 12th. What's the 10th? 9th. August 9th. Doing the math in my head. A lot of room up there. So anyways, the normal procedure is the report and recommendation, and then you decide the merits of whether to proceed with the rezoning or not. If you decide to do that, then a referral and a draft local law would be prepared, directing the amendment of the zoning map to general industrial based on the county planning referral and public hearing. That public hearing would then be the second meeting in September. I don't know the date off the top of the head, but because we would miss the August meeting. So gives you a time frame of what's involved. Any questions from any board members?
Loomis right now, most is light industrial or is it general industrial, most of Loomis?
Most of Loomis is general industrial. With the exception being the hotel up there on the hill or whatever it's called these days.
Any other questions from board or staff? All right, as Ron mentioned, we obviously have a resolution on tonight just to pass it on to the planning board for their recommendations, and it's the next step in the process. Great. Thank you. Any other privilege of the floor or public concerns here in the boardroom? Anybody privilege of the floor online?
You want to get a step online?
And moving on, reports of standing committees, public works.
Yep, Public Works met this morning, we got, updates in, highway and parks and, water and sewer. I'll start with highway and parks. As far as the highway, ongoing equipment maintenance, which they always do. They're on round 3 in mowing the roadsides. On Town Line Road, they've been doing topsoil work and stripe the road. The chip seal work has been completed and also the fiber mat work has been completed. In parks, they're ongoing building and maintenance, mowing, trimming trails, and doing some string trimming around our own park. That's about it. Water and sewer. The digester 1 wall has been completed and repaired. Also the heat exchanger pump on digester 1. We're still looking on prices for repair of that. The secondary clarified scraper arm is broke, and they are pumping it down and getting ready to pull it to repair that. They're also got quotes for the Ross valve, from the Ross valve to replace clay valve and they have ordered parts. They're looking into prices for replacing the seals in the bond, heat exchange pump, and let's see, they replaced the check valve to PS19. Water main replacement on the intersection of 332 and 96. Hopefully we'll start really soon. Tentatively, they're talking the 11th of July. Maybe Robin can update us a little more on that. PS1 check valves have been replaced. Pump station 1. Oh no, it needs to be rebuilt. I'm sorry. Farmington and Canandaigua have started a water main replacement at Town Line Road. The remainder of the 12-inch pipe is supposed to be in on the 14th. Flow meters, they've been looking into getting some new locations for the next round of testing. The manhole top at Raglan Road has been completed. They also got some quotes from Dasco to fabricate and install the bracing for BF25. They did have one water main break in Auburn Meadows. And let's see, I believe that is it. There's 3 resolutions to talk about that. If we need to.
Thanks, Ron. Town operations.
Town operations met this morning. We had 2 work stop orders of basically 2 properties we're using to talk to cover roof leaking and it had not done anything for a while to rectify that, so they had court dates on August 15th. We had an automatic alarm fire call in a Chinese restaurant in 96, and apparently the glass panel they had during COVID is causing problems with heat, and they're supposed to be rectifying that today. Hopefully that we will take care of. There was a water problem in Clifton Springs that we did have to respond to. A problem was leaking and flooding the pond below, and we were basically covering for the town of Manchester because they weren't available for that. Dan will go over the building department stats, so we have 4 resolutions. We also have a date for the letters that we sent out there on the Port Akron Way with properties back up on the town parkland and storing cars and debris from brush and all kinds of stuff. They have till July 25th to remove the debris, otherwise we have to get involved with the port on that too. Thursday morning, July 14th, state DOT worked with developers and town staff regarding the transportation cost estimates for the intersection improvements, town road construction. Near the intersection of Route 96 and 332, they will be having a meeting and maybe something productive will come out of that, hopefully. We have also, the town has received a list of revised amenities associated with a pending incentive zoning project, and we're looking at that. And I think everything else is on the website. That's not all I have.
Thanks, Nate. Reports of town officials. Supervisor.
Good evening, everybody. Last couple of weeks, been working with law enforcement in the Dohaven and Farmbrook area. We have go-karts, motorbikes, running up and down the road, not licensed, no helmets. And of course, recently we've had property damage to Farmbrook and Mertensia Park. So some people have been caught and arrested, and it's kind of quieted down in the last 10 days or so. Second thing is 2023 budget sheets went out to all our departments last Friday, and we'll expect them back here in a couple of weeks. And then the town board can start working on the 23 budget in September time frame. That's all I have. Thank you.
William Burris.
Not much more to report tonight, other than we can do a little brush cleanup for the meeting tomorrow at 7 a.m. on the pond, see what the problem is out there. And the other thing is, I did get an application and interviewed a guy for the mechanic position this afternoon. If I phone, he's a little ways away at the moment, but he does own property here in Farmington. So we'll see where that goes. Hopefully, that'll materialize.
Marcia said he was already approved.
Already approved by the town. Yeah.
Town clerk. Oh. Let's keep going.
The county association is having a meeting next Wednesday. We are touring the 911 center.
Water and sewer.
The 332-96 crossing, spoke with the contractors. Tenantly said they wanted to mobilize this week. I know they're waiting for pipe and parts and stuff like that, which is lead times on them are terrible right now. So hopefully that'll get started. It's going to be in operation for probably 3 months to get across that intersection.
Thank you. Building and zoning.
All right, the report for June, we did 74 permits, bringing us to 445 permits for the year, 324 inspections, bringing our total inspections to the year 1,565 inspections. We did 23 fire inspections, 14 stormwater inspections, and the zoning officer did 120 zoning inspections. Also, another event that we were at for stormwater was the July 3rd fireworks, and at that event, we handed out 70 coloring books, almost 80 dog bags, 75 chip clips, about 20 flyers, all related to stormwater. Had a good experience there talking with residents about stormwater throughout the town.
Very good. Thanks, Sam. Planning board.
Yes, we needed to cancel our, meeting for next week because of not having enough people to attend the meeting. The new rules that don't allow folks on vacation to call in and participate. We probably could have had the meeting if that was the case, but with one on vacation and the second one on vacation, we was able to call in, and another one traveling for business, we were not able to do it. So we don't believe it will impact the applicants in much way. The applications have been tabled for 8 months to a year already, so we believe that's a huge deal. So then we'll pick back up on the 3rd of August and get rolling. That's it.
I'm here for vacations.
Yeah.
Director of Planning and Development.
Okay, well, it's grant time again this year, this season. And we have 2 resolutions. One, we last time supported the 1816 Quaker Meeting House matching grant for the National Parks grant that was awarded. This time it's a resolution to support the South Farmington's Friends Cemetery Chapel Restoration Project. And resolution tonight on that. And then I'll be drafting a letter of support for the supervisor's consideration, which will follow next week. The other resolution you have tonight is a resolution designating yourselves as the lead agency under the State Environmental Quality Review procedures for the Farmington Market Center project. Back in late May, after the public presentation that was made in the planning board recommendation, we sent a coordinated review out to involve the agencies, and we declared our intent to be designated lead agency. The 30-day period began and was terminated. There was no public comment received from the clerk's office. There was no objections from any involved agency. And so, as you had previously declared, tonight you intended to designate yourself lead agency. Once you do that, you have 20 days to determine significance of the action. Part of the resolution requires the preparation of 2 parts of the full environmental assessment form, which you will have for your next meeting. And the other part of the resolution is a public hearing continuation, which was terminated back. And this will be a notice to continue that public hearing on the incentive rezoning. That's all it is the legislative action to rezone the land. Other than that, we have a resolution for requesting, as I said earlier, a report and recommendation on the rezoning request you received tonight. That'll be on the August 3rd planning board meeting agenda. Finally, well, not finally, we have a TAP grant approval, which I am preparing kind of a schedule of things, steps that we have to follow to make sure that we have all our ducks lined up. My goal with this is to try to get the award done so that we can have the surveyors out there before the snow flies. Otherwise, they're going to have to wait till that white stuff melts. And who knows, with my luck, it'll probably be May next year before that happens. The other thing is we have had a meeting with the developers over there at A&D over at Auburn Meadows. Had that Monday. Meeting minutes went out today for that. Town staff, please check the location of those where we're going to meet tomorrow morning to discuss with the applicant and his engineers the concerns that we had which caused the meeting in the first place. So we're hoping that that gets resolved and get moved along. Other than that, that's basically it. Oh, there was one other thing that Dan and I and John Weidenboner, the zoning officer, had been working on, and that's residential rentals, the Airbnbs. Just when we thought we had something ready to give to you, the New York Planning Federation comes along with a webinar next week, based on their experiences elsewhere to help clarify some of the issues associated with renting of residential properties. So that's pretty much it for right now.
Thanks, Ron. Our town engineer's not here tonight. Assessor's not here. I know their office has been busy out doing some property visits in the North Farmington area. And I believe, Pete, you're gonna be posting some stuff online as to kind of where they're visiting in the next couple weeks. Recreation not here. Dan kind of touched on, obviously we had the July 3rd, it went very well here, the fireworks, and vendors. It was a really good, very well attended. And obviously the rec program is ongoing. So I've got 3 kids in it, and I know it's been hot, but they've been having fun the last couple weeks. Communications are on file, reports and minutes are on file. Brings us to the resolution. First resolution is waiving the fire inspection fees for the Farmington Volunteer Fire Association, stations 1 and 2.
So,
The motion in a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Aye. Resolution 2 is a resolution approving the award of a quote to Dansco Pipeline for the fabrication and installation of stainless steel pipe supports inside PS 25 at a cost not to exceed $10,000.
So,
Second.
The motion is second. Any questions? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 3. The paperwork here. Resolution authorizing the acceptance of the monthly report of the supervisor for June 2020. So, 22. The motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resolution 4 is a resolution requesting a report and recommendation upon the request rezoning of tax map parcel 29.00-1-86.2 from general business to general industrial.
so moved.
Second. The motion in a second. Obviously, this is the presentation we heard tonight. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Number 5 is a resolution authorizing the town supervisor to electronically sign an intermunicipal agreement with Ontario County regarding the 2023 revaluation reassessment project. So, motion and second. We talked about this in the past. This is just giving permission to sign the agreement. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
6 is a confirming resolution authorizing payment for Kirchner Concrete Products for a wet well cover for PS 25 at cost not to exceed $3,232.
Second.
Motion and second. Another part for the pump station there on Wayne Road. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
7 is a confirming resolution authorizing payment for Ontario Water Tap LLC for repair of digester 2 at a cost not to exceed $3,485.
Second.
Motion and second. Originally, the repair we figured would be around 3,000. They had to do a little extra work on it. There was some extra mortar, correct, Robin? You might remember that they had to do. So this is just increasing the amount. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. 8. Resolution designating lead agency status under the provisions of the State Environmental Quality Review Regulations for rezoning land, tax map numbers 29.00-01-39, 29.00-01-40, and 29.00-01-41.1 from general business to incentive zoning for the Farmington Market Center project action, providing notice thereof to the individual agencies, scheduling the continuation of the public hearing thereon, and directing the preparation and submission of parts 2 and 3 of the full environmental assessment form, FEAF, for the rezoning action.
So, second.
A motion and a second.
I would have waived the reading on that. Everything but as read it.
So Ron obviously discussed this before, just designating ourselves lead agency.
Now you know how I feel when I have to read them.
Any other questions, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I,
These are Ron's resolutions. Number 9, is a resolution of support and endorsement for the South Farmington Friends Cemetery Association's 2022 grant application through the New York State Consolidated Funding Application, CFA, program to the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation Grant, and to the Empire State Development, ESD, for ESD grant funding for the South Farmington Friends Cemetery Chapel Restoration Project.
So, second.
A motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. One abstention. Resolution 10 is a resolution authorizing the appointment of David Conti as Water and Sewer Superintendent effective July 18th, 2022.
Second.
The motion is second. We approved, obviously, given the offer before. Now we have a firm start date on Monday. Any other questions, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
11 is a resolution appointing Timothy Hannon to the Conservation Board for a term to expire December 31st, 2023.
So,
Motion is second. I know he's been to their meetings before. He's met with the board and the chairperson, and they recommend to add him to the board. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 12 is a resolution appointing Tom York as chairperson of the Zoning Board of Appeals for a term to expire December 31st, 2022.
So,
Motion is second. Obviously, Jeremy is leaving to take a job out of state. So now we're losing a board member, but we're losing the chairman. So this will at least fill the chairmanship, and we're still going to need to fill the vacancy on the ZBA. Any other discussion? All in favor?
I,
13 is a resolution to recall and amend resolution number 262-2022, authorizing the purchase of sewer fittings and supplies for the emergency repair of PS 25 from Ferguson Waterworks.
second.
A motion and second, just some extra parts that need to be added. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I,
All right, number 14 is abstract 13 for 2022. General fund, the amount of $84,403.80. Highway, $14,336.71. Beaver Creek Park, $857.39. Route 332-96 Waterline Project, $2,249. Slip lining capital project, $570. Water tank repair, $1,619.70. Town line capital project, $3,726. Storm drainage, $5,615.63. Lighting district, $148.64. Sewer district, $83,715.83. Water district, $448,702.93. Payroll deductions, $36,251.27. For a total abstract, $682,196.90. Have a motion. Second. Motion and a second. Any abstentions? Over half of that was just city water from Canada. There was over a $400,000 invoice from the water side just for paying the city of Canada for water. What's that?
Just saying, just.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Training under 100, we do have some just to attend the Finger Lakes Waterworks Conference, August 11th. Discussion, we have one discussion on here for a waiver of a late fee. This was a customer that was in Charlotte, North Carolina for 5 months. I guess they planned on being there for 6 months. So all their mail was getting sent to Charlotte. And by the time it doesn't sound like they ever found the bill, but they lost some of their mail and it wasn't getting, they never had it sent back to them. So it kept getting sent to Charlotte even though they were here. So they're requesting a waiver of the $18 late fee on the bill.
I mean, that's not typically a situation that we usually.
It's only a situation, it's not having to do with the town's fault.
Yeah.
And there was nothing that we did on our end.
Generally not. So,
I'm sure Pete, your office will, or Marcy will send them a letter notifying them.
Yes, we'll do that. Thank you.
Then I just made a note, Scott Parker reached out to Pete last weekend just about the parade coming up. You know, you already reached out and said you were gonna do your thing. I assume the board. I know Pete's not gonna be here. Not gonna be walking, but,
we have a commercial.
so.
We have to move these
Like
things.
I said, he'll pull you in a wagon.
Oh, you're keeping it, right?
But we'll let Scott know we'll be in attendance as well. I have no executive sessions. I have no waiver of the rule or anything else to come before the board tonight. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good night, everybody.
Good job. Thank you.